About 18 hours after the polls closed on Monday night, Stephen Fuhr was finally able to declare himself the winner of the Kelowna riding in the federal election and opened himself out to reporters' questions this afternoon.
Yeah, it was a bit of a nail biter. We started out relatively strong. I think we hit a peak of about 2,000 votes on the upside. And then just maybe around, 70 or poll 70 or poll 80, every poll that came in, we were either tied or we lost until about poll 201. I think we were down to a lead of about 66. Then poll 202, we went back to 170. And then this big poll came in overnight or this morning, and we're up 1,000.
So you can declare yourself the winner now.
I think I'm the MP-elect here in Kelowna.
So you knew it was going to be close, and it remains, I don't know. Are we outside the range of the possibility that there could be a suggested recount?
Well, I'm not an expert on this, but as far as a judicial recount, I think the margin had to be about 55-ish votes, and we're well beyond that. What anybody else wants to do, I don't know. I guess people can ask for anything, and whether they'll get it or not, I don't know.
And you look at it now. Here's this little red mark in the sea of blue. What you've done here really does go against this, blue wave across the interior of BC.
Yeah, and it really isn't much different than it was in 2015. I mean, there's a little orange slice, Richard Canning's down south. That's not there anymore. The Conservatives picked that riding up. So yeah, I am completely on my own here. There's a red seats down in the Lower Mainland, and there's a Calgary red seat, and that's it. And we go across the prairies. That's it. We're on we're on our own here in the South Okanagan here.
You've been through this before, but obviously, if these results are the official final results and it's, just over 1,000 votes, how do you approach people who may be, adversarial because you won by such a small margin?
Well, it's a win. So, the election is now behind us, and I represent everyone, the people that voted for me and the people that didn't. So that's the way I approached it in 2015 to 2019, and that's the way I'll approach it moving forward.
How do you reach out, though? There are people that there's a pretty bitter divide in this country, and how do you reach out to those people that didn't support you and to let them feel that you represent them too?
Well, essentially, I deal with the city on the infrastructure stuff, and then essentially people that have issues that come to me, I solve their problems. So it's really more of them reaching out to me. Not in every case, but most of the time, people reach out to me looking for support or help, and I'll take all the meetings and try and solve as many problems as I can.
Will you be planning, to travel out? What is the plan? Have you talked about, where you're going and where the party is going to meet before, everything commences? Because I'm thinking Mr. Carney is going to have to get things rolling pretty quickly.
Yeah, I was on the phone this morning with David Lametti and Bill Blair and a couple of other folks. We'll probably hear in the coming days what the plan is with constituting the caucus together in Ottawa to see, what the immediate future looks like. Carney's got to put together a cabinet. I'm sure he's working on that right now. And I'm going to meet with the city in the coming days, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, and UBC and a couple big stakeholders in the community that had already indicated to me they wanted to talk. So I'm going to facilitate those conversations. And I already know what to do because I've done this before. So let's get on my feet and get going.
The last time you were elected, there wasn't this difficulty of likely needing support from another party. It looks like probably a minority government. So any thoughts about that part of it?
Well, yeah, it does look like that. I think our seat was declared we were 169, and I don't know if that's going to change much. And I think the magic number is 172 for majority. There's 7 NDP seats that are probably the most likely fit to work together, but that's not to say that everybody won't work together. We have a big problem here. We have a significant economic threat from the United States that, we've stopped talking about it temporarily to get to this election, but it was big before this election and it has the potential to continue to get big. So we need to come together. We had the election that everybody wanted. There is an outcome, and now we need to come together to focus on the biggest problem that faces the entire country. We can get back to talking about partisan politics in the future. Right now, it's all hands on deck for Canada, in my opinion.
Yeah. So Dan Albus is the other Kelowna area MP elected. He had some pretty collaborative things to say after his victory. Could you see yourself working with him on things?
Yeah, I can. I've worked with Dan before in the past, and my hope is to be nonpartisan, and move forward together for the Okanagan.
You mentioned the forming of cabinet. If you had the opportunity to be in cabinet, is there a portfolio that you would be interested in?
I'm not sure it really works like that. I mean, if I was asked, you serve at the pleasure. So if Mr. Carney calls me in the coming days and says, get to Ottawa, I want to talk to you about a position, I would certainly get on a plane and go talk to him. And I don't think they offer you a selection. It's not like a menu of things. If he chooses me for a position, he probably has one in mind, and I could either say yes or no.
First thing on your agenda now, as an elected MP, what happens?
Well, like I said, I have to meet with the major stakeholders in the community. There's needs that I'm already aware of. I met with some of them before during this process just to get back up to speed on what's going on here. You know, I have an idea from when I ran in 2015. It served till 2019, but the community has changed. So I got updated on what's needed, and I'll just circle back and start working.
We don't just report the news. We live here too. We're your neighbors, bringing you stories that matter to all of us. No government funding, no outside influence. Kelowna Now, local, independent. News you can trust.